There is no end in sight in the Trump administration's immigration crackdown, nor the pushback by the public and the courts.
The deployment of federal agents and the National Guard has also drawn criticism that the crackdown's gone too far.
Yeah, but Mr. Trump says it hasn't gone far enough. Kate Fisher files us this report for CNA from Washington, D.C.
Are you a citizen?
Saturday afternoon in an American city. This tree-lined neighborhood swarmed by federal agents in military gear. Discovering what Donald Trump meant by his threat that Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War. That, of course, refers to the agency previously known as the Department of Defense. 2 days before, just a few miles down the road, locals were met with tear gas as they tried to prevent the arrest of a construction worker. Scenes like this have been playing out across a number of democratic cities as President Donald Trump ramps up his immigration crackdown. Ernesto Castañeda, director of the Immigration Lab at American University, says fear is rampant.
There's a lot of fear from the immigrant communities and from neighbors because people are showing up, which is also new, showing up in unmarked cars. Nowhere in the vehicles it says that it's a government vehicle. The agents don't have a badge number necessarily. They have their faces covered. There's not really a uniform, so each group of agents looks different.
Agents have been tapped from a number of federal agencies that usually have very little to do with immigration, like the FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms and the National Guard. Analyst Marie Price, a Latin America and migration specialist, says she thinks the president is only just getting started.
Trump learned a lot. His first term in office, he wasn't able to get anywhere near the traction. And so he's come back ready to, and campaigned on, getting and deporting irregular, undocumented migrants from the U.S. This summer, the big, beautiful bill, which was a reconciliation bill, gave the Department of Homeland Security massive amounts of money. They have over $10 billion a year for 4 years to detain and remove people.
In response to protests against his immigration policies, President Trump has deployed National Guard troops to Chicago, Los Angeles and Portland, Oregon, citing a need to protect agents and federal property. He's also called upon the National Guard to work alongside the local police in Memphis, Tennessee and Washington, D.C. The National Guard's meant to handle emergencies like disasters, invasions or rebellions, but now find themselves dealing with crime and supporting immigration enforcement. The Trump administration says they're needed to help to carry out the president's mass deportation campaign and to clamp down on violence in liberal cities, despite data showing reductions in crime in many of them. Critics say the deployments are an illegal show of force and a power grab, prompting lawsuits across the country. Some judges have sided with state or local governments only to get overruled on appeal. Many of the cases are not fully resolved, and the US Supreme Court may end up ruling on at least one of them, which could affect the outcome of others.
Even some judges appointed by Trump think that he has gone too far. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court, because he has a conservative majority, has tended to agree more with the Trump side, but they haven't approved all the practices on immigration and other things yet fully. So a lot of things are up in the air.
The National Guard was deployed to Washington, D.C. in August to fight crime. Rates for violent crime, homicides and robberies have fallen since, and Trump says the nation's capital is safe again. But it's been more than 2 months and they're still here. Documents in a lawsuit filed challenging their presence suggest they could stay put until at least next July, when the nation celebrates its 250th birthday, meaning 250 years after America gained its independence, there will still be soldiers on its streets. For CNA, I'm Kate Fisher in Washington, D.C.